At this point, I think it's safe to say that the Neymar-Puma partnership has actually worked out really well for the both of them, and Puma have actually done a pretty good job of maintaining interest around the brand, despite not putting out very many Neymar-specific football boot releases. Realistically, the only signature boot that's released to the public was that one black and white Puma King Platinum, but we now have a second one which is equally as limited, this time in the form of the Puma Future Z 1.1 Brazil, which, as the name would suggest and as the colorway would suggest, is a Brazilian themed colorway of the Puma Future Z with Neymar's logo plastered all over the sole plate. They're the boots Neymar will wear exclusively during this summer's Copa America, and also yet another Neymar signature that is pretty well sold out. I'm going to explain why Puma is releasing Neymar boots in such limited quantities. We'll take a closer look at what is actually a really good looking colorway, and we'll also take a look at how the boots fit and feel on feet. So if you're interested in learning more, please stick around and watch the entire review. And if you are interested in a pair for yourself, you can click the first link down below. That's going to take you to the review page on my website, where whatever is still left of this Brazil colorway will be linked, but I'll also link the other colorways of the Future Z 1.1 with exclusive SR4U coupon codes, where you'll be able to pick them up below their normal $200 retail price. As always, if you guys do end up enjoying the video, please don't forget to support it with a like. And I've also noticed that a lot of you guys who watch my videos aren't actually subscribed to the channel. If that's you, it would mean a lot to me if you could hit that subscribe button along with the little bell notification so you get notified when the next new video goes live. So first things first, the colorway. I'm personally a really big fan of the way these look, and I kind of appreciate the fact that they're mostly white boots, which I think just gives them a very classy vibe. Obviously, Neymar is a type of guy that has a very flashy style of play, so perhaps you would anticipate something a little bit more flashy, but again, Puma seems to kind of be going against the grain with these Neymar Puma releases, where even with his King Platinum being black and white, we're not really used to seeing Neymar wear black and white boots, so this kind of fits that theme that they've been going for, and ultimately I think they turned out really nice. So the base white is very similar to the other colorway of the Future Z that'll be found in the Copa America as well as Euro 2020 that all the other Puma Future players will be wearing, and that it kind of has this white on white sparkly / shiny camo base, which actually looks quite cool. And then of course, for the Fusion Fit band through the middle, it's yellow in color, with all your accents basically being the colors of the Brazil kit, where you're gonna find the blue Puma logo there at the front. You can see the stripes around the middle of the boot are a combination of blue, yellow, as well as a hint of green. The Puma Future branding has this cool fade from yellow into almost a blue as you go from the E to the F. Of course, if you're reading Future backwards for whatever reason, the Puma logo in blue there on the back. The insole has the Neymar logo kind of plastered all over the place, and then you're gonna find that same pattern again in those same three colors on the underside of a translucent plastic sole plate. So while this might look like a wearable finish, it is not. It's actually underneath, which I really appreciate. And the translucent studs, I think, give the boot a really cool look as well. The only other detail which is mismatched on the left and right boot is the laces, where you can see on the right boot it says Dream Chaser only on one side of the lace, and then on the other boot it says this in Portuguese, which translates to everything passes, which I'm not entirely sure what that's supposed to mean, and I'm not sure if that's something that just hasn't translated all that well, but that is what Google told me. As for the performance side of things, I really think that the Puma Future Z is a top tier option in today's football boot market, and I don't want to go into too much detail on the tech specs in this video. If you're looking for that information, I'll leave a little pop-up on screen to my initial review where I cover absolutely everything you could possibly want to know. What I do want to talk about today is why Puma is releasing these Neymar signatures that so many people want in such limited quantities. How does that make any sense at all? With the argument that a lot of people make, which does make a lot of sense, is if so many people want these boots, why wouldn't Puma just make them? Why are they turning down all of these potential sales? And I think the reasoning for that is to continue maintaining the hype. This is where I think Puma is actually pretty brilliant in their limited supply of Neymar signatures, in that they drop they sell out within 24 hours and everybody is left wanting more. They're anticipating the next thing, and whenever their next drop happens, you end up with a bunch of people that missed out on the last one buying the next one, thinking that they don't want to miss out a second time. And this is something that we see in a bunch of different industries, not just in football boots. Certainly it's a very common thing in sneakers, and eventually they are basically going to grow their reputation to a point where even people who aren't interested in football boots are buying Neymar boots thinking that they're going to be desirable in the long run, which they may or may not be, but Puma doesn't really care. At the end of the day, they're selling a pair of football boots. So the more anticipation and hype they can continue to build around Neymar and his signature colorways, I think the better off the brand is going to be long term. Sales are one thing, and Puma are knowingly turning down sales by producing these in such limited quantities, but brand interest because of this Neymar partnership is at an all-time high, and that's something that is very, very difficult to generate, and why I think Neymar has been worth the money thus far for the Puma brand, given that their strategy has actually been pretty smart. So here they are on feet, where in my opinion they look even better. I think it's just the right amount of flash, and the fact that it's going to match the Brazil kit I think is always a really cool look, especially during an international tournament. And I also have them paired up with some white Pure Grip Socks Pro, which for those that don't know is my own brand of grip socks. This new Pro variation features an upgraded material that's super soft and super stretchy. Not to mention they're extremely affordable and available now in either black or white for just $16.99 a pair. If you're interested in trying some out for yourself, the website to visit is puregripsocks.com, which of course will be linked down below. Now, as far as fit and feel is concerned, I think the Future Z is one of the most comfortable boots currently on the market. Certainly if you're looking for something that has a knitted upper. I think the most unique element is the way they lace up in combination with this Fusion Fit band running through the midfoot. That is free of any laces and is basically like a stretchy, elasticated material that squeezes your foot but also doesn't provide too much tension to the point where it's uncomfortable, and then having the lacing system wrap around it where you have structure on either side of that band, the lockdown and also flexibility of this upper is really impressive while still maintaining that sock-like level of comfort. There really isn't much else that feels quite like the Future Z. As far as width is concerned, they have decent width to them to the point where I think these are going to fit most people. Obviously, you maintain that snug fit through the midfoot, but I still think they'll work for most foot types, even if you do have slightly wider feet. And then as far as sizing is concerned, I'm wearing these in my usual size 9.5 US, and they tend to run a little bit long, maybe like a quarter size, but not to the point where I would necessarily recommend going down in size. So for me, I'm wearing these in my usual size 9.5 US, and the fit seems to be just about perfect. I have a little bit of extra space that I wouldn't normally have, but not to the point where I think it's detrimental to the experience. Anyways, guys, that's it for my review. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to support it with a like. Again, if you're interested in a pair of these for yourself while they're still available, or just a different colorway of the Future Z, first link down below, go ahead and check that out. If you have any questions, as always, feel free to ask them down below in the comment section, and I'll do my best to get an answer out to you. If you're not subscribed to the channel already, make sure you hit that subscribe button along with the little bell notification so you get notified when the next new video goes live. You can find all my social media information linked down below in the description as well. And other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.